So the NASCAR playoffs are on this weekend. The Quaker State 400 around the Atlanta Motor Speedway is set to get the playoffs going in the first of 3 races during the round of 16. Now, if you want some more information on the playoffs, I've already done a video explaining who's in the playoffs, how the points works in the playoffs, and how people have qualified for the playoffs as well. It's a very complicated system, so if you want to get some more information on that and kind of explain it in a bite-sized form, I've already done that for you. But let's focus on the race this weekend. So which 5 drivers am I going to be keeping an eye out for this weekend in the NASCAR Cup Series race? Well, I'm going to start with William Byron. Now, I highlight him because he is a former winner here in 2023. He won the Quaker State 400 last year, so he's off to a good start effectively with that. He's had quite a few victories already this season. I think 3 in total to his name. Yes, 3 in total to his name, but he's not won in a long time. He's not won since Martinsville earlier in the season, which, you know, it's been a while. But of course, he's a former winner here. He does start quite far up the order. He is in 4th place at the start of the Cup Series round of 16 playoffs. So I'm backing him to have a good weekend around here this weekend. Next up, I'm going to highlight Chase Elliott. Now, I highlight Chase Elliott because he is another former winner here. He won this race in 2022, which is not a long time ago, obviously. Now, he starts in a relatively comfortable 7th position in the playoffs, but if he's to get through to the round of 4 by the end of the season, he's going to have to pick that up a little bit. He's only had the 1 victory so far this season, so can he make it to this week in Atlanta? It's a big ask, of course, but a good finish here will, of course, help him on his way to get through to the next stage of the playoffs, which is, of course, the round of 12. The next driver I am going to highlight is Daniel Suarez. Now, I highlight Suarez because Suarez has only won 1 race this season, and it was, of course, at Atlanta. Now, Atlanta Motor Speedway does have 2 races every season right now in NASCAR. You might know it actually as, I think it's the Better Health 400. Yes, the Better Health 400. So that was run all the way at the start of the season pretty much. Only Daytona came before it. So Suarez has qualified for the playoffs effectively with that victory, but it was, of course, around this track. So he has every chance of being able to emulate what he did earlier on in the season. He starts the playoffs in 11th position overall, so he'll be fine as it stands to get through to the round of 12, but advancing, further than that is going to be quite tough unless he picks up a few positions in these 3 races. The 4th driver I'm going to highlight is Joey Logano. Now, I highlight Logano because he won the Better Health 400 in 2023, so he has won around Atlanta, but it has been about a year and a half or so since he did that. But of course, Joey got that win, and a win's a win, and that's why he is into the playoffs, not least because, of course, he did manage to get a win earlier this season in Nashville as well. So yeah, Joey Logano is someone I'm going to look out for. He is 9th overall in the drivers' standings. Again, he'll be fine to make it through to the round of 12 as things stands, but he'll obviously be looking to try and get further than that, try and get into at least the round of 8, further into the playoffs. And the final driver that I'm going to highlight is Ryan Blaney. Now, Blaney starts in 5th overall, but I'm highlighting him because he is another former winner around here. He did win the Better Health 400, the first of the 2 Atlanta races, back in 2021. So it's been a long time, and like I said, as things stand, he's looking good. He's in a strong position, and he did come on strong in the latter half of the regular season, picking up his 2 victories, of course, there, but he is in some bad form at the moment. 29th, 37th classified in his last 2 races, and he's not had a top 10 in the last 4 rounds since he actually raced at the Brickyard Indianapolis 400 race. So there we go, guys. Those are my 5 NASCAR Cup drivers that I'm going to be looking out for this weekend around the Quaker State 400. Which drivers are you looking forward to seeing, and who's your pick for the victory this weekend? Let us know in the comments as always, guys. And of course, keep it tuned to the NASCARchronicle.com to see much more NASCAR content just like this.